Lahai-Roi is the gift that keeps on giving, my friends, and today we're going to be reviewing the Wuthering Waves, the 3.0 drip marketing banners that are going to be releasing on December 25th. That's right, my friends, these banners are the gift for Christmas. Going to be super duper exciting when we get to see that coming out. I read it so you don't have to, so leave a like and subscribe if you want to stay updated on all things Wuthering Waves, and let's dive right into it. So that's right, my friends, we have officially our first splash arts and sort of reviews of what we're going to be seeing. What is it for Lahai-Roi's first banner, and it's really unexpected on what we have because we only have LYNAE right here, but Mornye when we go ahead and move on to the next page. Let's go ahead and focus on just LYNAE first here. So first off, what is it, great short. If we can point out some of the iconography later, but let's go ahead and take a look at like the splash art itself. And oh man, I mean, did anybody expect a bike? Like, I sure didn't. But why not? We're here. I mean, hey, Lahai-Roi is the city of technology. I didn't imagine we would be getting vehicles because, what is it? I've had my theory that Lahai-Roi is going to be a pretty small region, or at least small relative to the other regions, because the other regions are literally multi-continental spanning size regions, which makes a lot of sense because they're based off of like really large chunks of the world. But Lahai-Roi, probably obviously has some real life inspiration, but it is a snow-covered Iceland, and that is isolated from the world, and majority of the life is all underground inside college and labs. So it's not really exactly going to be a gigantic place, which I always suspect. It'll be a shorter patch run, something that won't last a year. But hey, who knows? Either way, it does seem to be that we have a little more modern technology, than expected in this city. What is it? And I mean, that's also to be expected, but not to the extent of a motorcycle. I didn't think it would go that far, but either way, I mean, LYNAE's motorcycle looks awesome, and then her herself, she cannot stop chewing gum, and more importantly, she cannot stop slaying. This is the character that absolutely, you guys saw my last video about the 5 character drip marketing. This is the character that's super duper nice. We still have the, what is it, the kind of like not foil, what is it, jacket, but the pattern, the reflective bismuth pattern that has of the sorts. And we can see on the bike too, like, this is just super duper glammed out, super sporty, has the gold, gold and brass all over it, the white, and the custom paint job. Should that rainbow spill right on the side right there. And we have some other things here. We got a little bit of a parking spot. We have some torn down ticket tape, and we also got what is it, some street lamps, or like holographic lamps of the sort. So that's super cool. Let's go ahead and actually read the description about what she has, because it's also a really important thing to do. And it just tabbed out. Okie dokie. 1 second, and it's back. There we go. LYNAE picks up a can of homemade quote-unquote paint and starts spraying into the air. A radiant spectrum of colors takes shape, flowing in midair as if it has a life of its own. Outlaw blue, Apollo orange, hazard yellow, acid green. Want to guess what the next color my pick is? LYNAE says. LYNAE, preparatory program student at the Startorch Academy, is a free spirit with a passion in her soul. She drives fast and paints, quote unquote, boldly. Her dearest wishes for her trouble-free campus life to last forever. Okay, yeah. So, as literally to nobody's surprise, LYNAE, of course, is going to be one of the students at the Startorch Academy. And what better way to start off, your academy days at Lahai-Roi than, by meeting another student. Of course, we have Chisa, who is previously a student at Lahai-Roi, but of course, her academy days, what is it, were technically 20 years ago or 2 months ago for her. So what is it, she will kind of be entering in to that life back as a student, and we'll obviously get to meet other students. A lot of professors are busy doing stuff now. The interesting thing about that, though, is that a lot of people had the theory that the name tags or name cards that people use for IDs, any of the horizontal ones, which is the one that we own, right? Because guess what, Rover's a student of Lahai-Roi apparently, or Startorch Academy, was a horizontal one. It's on the side, the face is on the side, but LYNAE seems to have this one as well. I'm actually going to open this in a new tab just to zoom in. What is it? And the thing is that hers, despite very obviously she's a student, is a vertical one, and that's very strange, because that may in fact dismantle the theory that maybe there's something a little more to her. Me personally, I think it just might be something that the devs didn't really think of at the time. Maybe that our ID, that when we attended Lahai-Roi, what is it, technically 20 years ago, you know, isn't what is it, it's just the old version. Now they changed to a new version, so maybe that's it. But it would have been cool if the devs actually did keep the idea that vertical cards are professors and then the horizontal ones are students. But either way, I mean, you know, it is what it is, right? What is it? LYNAE splash art, just, it looks amazing, and I really do wonder what she's gonna do in combat, because we also got the attribute and weapon revealed, and I did wait for this. You know, I probably won't be waiting again next time, just because I want to get these out, you know, to you guys, because the whole point is to get the news to you guys as fast as possible. But this time she's going to be Spectro pistols. Now Spectro, I could have expected. Pistols, I suppose. I think that makes what is it, big enough sense in itself. You know, she's clearly you know, some sort of, what is it, not really some sort, she's very much a free spirit, a graffiti artist at that. And the interesting thing is that her forte is probably going to have to do with the ability to color things, what is it, or like paint things, because it says it's every time they talk about paint, it's quote unquote paint, which means that she's not literally carrying a spray can around and like doing active graffiti. She's probably just using her forte that can probably like literally just color what is it, the things in front of her. And I do wonder if that power will extend further, because, you know, we've had artists of sorts, you know, many kinds of artists, if and that when it comes to people who are resonators. You know, of course we have you know, Jaja, what is it, she is literally an artist, but her power is terrifying, because Jaja literally can manifest things into reality with her powers, which is horrifying and has extreme implications. But you know what, we don't mind that part. And then of course when we move over to Rinascita, we have, you know, our musical artists such as Shakuna, what is it, but then we also have other people, what is it, who are similar to Shakuna, who also can use their abilities just to kind of remember and reminisce of things in history. What is it, just like you know, the photography friend. There's also the masked lady, what is it, who goes invisible. But I do wonder what LYNAE's power set is actually going to be. It's really fun to think about you know, what a resonator actually does in these games, what is it, in the lore, because again, it's not the element of Spectro is not a thing, that is just a concept. What is it, whatever people resonate with is simply you know, their kind of experiences, and hers being, you know, a graffiti artist is going to be that thing. So she's going to be a character. She's obviously a pull for me, and I mean, I really hope to see what her gameplay is going to be like. I kind of like what David Johnson Kim, great YouTuber, by the way, absolutely watch all of his woo-wah videos, you know, is gonna do, because he puts Shadow, you know, riding the bike with a gun. I'm like, hey, that'd be a cool design. What is it, it would be cool to see a proper ranged character once more. I don't think they will, because they've kind of stuck guns to being relatively melee range, and that's a little unfortunate to me, in my opinion, because, you know, Galbrena and Carlotta are really cool. I like them both actually a lot. Carlotta especially, I mean, you guys know I love Carlotta, but turning guns into a bit of a melee range situation, you know, outside of Carlotta's ultimate, does make it a little what is it, does make it feel like it kind of defeats the purpose of a gun. I don't suspect LYNAE will be any different, but hopefully she'll have some range attacks, because I also noticed in the iconography, by the way, 6'7", goofy awoowa, you notice that when this thing kind of starts out, she has the paint can and it explodes what is it, into this little cat thing. I can't actually frame skip, so I'm just gonna have to time it perfectly. Boom, there. And I do hope this is kind of part of her kit, what is it, an iconography of sorts when she has special effects. This would be a really nice thing to see, and I do suspect it'll be in some form of way, because I mean, it's obviously all over her art, you know, this sort of graffiti comic book style art. What is it, and it's gonna be, I think it can translate really nicely into game. It's actually another thing I didn't mention, but you know, we have the dotted, what is it, stuff that's more like, you know, comic book stuff, and then of course we have the actual paint and stuff. But either way, I mean, LYNAE looks great, instantly a pull for me. What is it, and honestly, that's a real shame, because the next character that we have available going to be for 3.0 is, oh man, it's Morny. And man, look at this art, bro. Oh my god, bro. See, and there, see, she has a horizontal card now, so like, we're getting trolled, I swear. But bro, this art, I mean, we'll flip over in a second, but dude, it's ethereal, man. It's literally ethereal. Like, this is crazy. My goodness. Anyway, more what is it? Mornyie, that's what I'm calling it right now. You can totally correct me in the comments if you know the correct way to pronounce it. But let's go ahead and read some of her lore quick up. All right, Mornyie calls upon a screen after screen, immersed in a rigorous process of calculation, deduction, and calibration. She controls each mechanism with the same precision as though she held the star-studded night and sky in the palm of her hand. It's because we see the stars, humanity imagine what lies beyond the sky. Mornyie is a Spacetrek collective researcher professor at Startorch Academy. As smart as a whip, but not very talkative. Expected. She is unwavering in the pursuit of her dream to surpass the limits of space-time and to see a world beyond its splendid beauty. So, as to nobody's surprise, Mornyie is the space girl. And it's actually interesting because so she is part of the Spacetrek collective, and it's very important that you distinctualize, you know, even though the Spacetrek collective built Startorch Academy, they are two separate entities, you know, in and of itself. And I don't suspect that it'll be too much conflict, you know, between these two, but it will definitely be something of the sort. You know, the Spacetrek collective is something that will pop up more and more often throughout the entirety of the Wuthering story, because while it's not explicitly mentioned, you know, the one character that has tons of lore about, you know, space and, you know, the world outside of Solaris 3 is of course Sheng Liao, and most likely his father probably left on a rocket, you know, from the Spacetrek collective to explore the limits of the universe, as he says. So this is super cool. I mean, first off, dude, I mean, I just gotta open these preemptively next time, dude. This art is so good. Here's the thing, to be honest, like, her splash art is fine, right? But, you know, it's the splash art is always trying to focus on, like, you know, getting you every little detail they can about, like, the character, you know, appearance, body, etc. You know, because that's what people want to know, you know, for the most part. And, like, what is it, what people start out with. But now that we have something like this, dude, ethereal shorekeeper tier, what is it, character, and I am shocked, tell me that this is the character that we're going to be starting with on December 25th, or not literally, because Mornyie is probably the second half. Obviously no 2 5-stars at the same time, but effectively speaking, this is the character that comes out, what is it, you know, like mid-January, and that's crazy, dude. Like, that's crazy, because I mean, like, it'll be really interesting to see what he does, because additionally, outside of her art and, you know, everything, and just her design looking freaking amazing, she's a fusion broadblade. Look at the Mask of Insanity, the upgrade material that has never been used in Wuthering Waves. Fusion, oh, of course, the space girl who sits on a chair. Fusion, my bad, bro. That's crazy. That's literally crazy. Oh my goodness, nobody expected her to be fusion, and that's a really big W for a couple reasons, because of course, as you know, fusion has had a lot of quick swap support, and of course that means that you do need to be playing quick swap, but it also just generally means that fusion has a lot of specific support characters for their thing. So Mornyie's going to be able to run Encore, Brant, Changli, Lupa, what is it, and then I mean, if Mornyie ends up being a support, then frick it, she's gonna be in there with she's gonna be in there with Galbrenna. Like, it's crazy how many fusion characters came out, you know, during the time of, you know, Septimon, and in general, even from the start, you know, Mortifi is still one of the strongest supports in general for the game. He's still, you know, obviously he's GN's, you know, #1 glazer, but he's also, you know, Augusta's best free-to-play support as well. And like, that's crazy that she's fusion broadly. I really want to know what they cook up with her. You know, obviously, with the splash art here, what is it? I can kind of surmise that what a lot of people have theorized is that she's probably going to be someone who either kind of sits in the chair the most time or is floating of the sorts, just because of, like, she's clearly not like fully human. She's some sort of cyborg, some sort of you know, being beyond the stars. And it'll also be interesting to see, you know, how that ends up working, you know, with her tacit mark, because her tacit mark is there. And you know, Shorekeeper, who is someone who is purely synthetic, you know, came from the stars, etc. You know, she has a tacit mark, but it is not the black one that everyone else has. It is a blue one on her chest, and it is ultimately synthetic. So it's very interesting, you know, to see how that works. But her art is beautiful, bro. Like, seriously, Mornyie's art is so cool. And I mean, her character is about what we expected. There's actually a little cool tidbit, thanks to MK at Steelheart on Twitter. I'll go ahead and link this in the description. But what is it? I think I figured out what Mornyie's inspired by, and we have a Molniya orbit. There it is. What is it? And that's from Russian. What is it? It is a type of satellite orbit designed to provide communications and remote sensing coverage over high latitudes. It is a highly elliptical orbit with an inclination of 63.4 degrees, an argument for pedigree of 270 degrees, and an orbital period of approximately half a sidereal day. And I don't know what that means. What is it? But that's probably, what is it? Because when you're measuring space-time, etc., like, you know, you have to stretch it out a little bit, because you know what, the time that happens in space is not what happens on the Earth. What is it? The name comes for Molniya satellites, a series of Soviet, Russian, and civilian military communication satellites which have used this type of ordnance since the mid 1960s. A variation of the Molniya orbit is so-called the 3 Apache or TAP orbit, whose period is a third of the sidereal day. What is it? And you can see the figure of here. So this is a lot of stuff that I personally wouldn't understand. I'm sure if I broke it down, what is it, I could, but basically, what is it? This is the pattern that, you know, satellites you know, may potentially use, and that does, what is it, that does, I would agree this is probably you know, what Maureen is probably inspired by, you know, because clearly her name, what is it, pulls from it. It's just, you know, a little romanticized, so it's easier for people to say. I mean, who knows if we've been saying it right in the first place, but dude, I'm just blown away from her splash art. Like, this is so pretty, dude. It's so pretty. I cannot stress enough what is it, how pretty this is. And it makes me sad too, because, you know, again, it'll depend on the kit, but definitely the fact that she's fusion broadblade pushes me away only a little bit, just because I'm just like, here's the thing, they did buff every type of, what is it, the 4, or not every type, but the 4 remaining DOT effects for the characters. What is it, so she could be a new class of DOT. What is it? But the thing is that, as we've noticed, whenever they introduce DOT, they always put the support first, and then they put the actual character themselves after. The thing is, if this is the case, I really hope that I just kind of hope Maureen is something different entirely, and maybe not a quick swapper, because as much as it would push her away from the active fusion teams, I think it's a good idea to start expanding a little bit, because the big problem is that, like, first off, you just had Galbrina. Why are you gonna make another fusion DPS what is it, of sorts? And mind you, like, Galbrina is echo damage still, but it's like, it's, I don't know, it's just weird. And if she's gonna be instead a fusion what is it, a fusion burst, what is it, I think, is it called fusion burst? I don't know. Okay, whatever, fusion DOT character, you know, where she applies statuses. If they're following the same formula that they have, being like, you know, Phoebe Zanny and then Chacona and then Cardathea, it's gonna feel really weird, because she's kind of like, she does seem to be like a super duper important character, what is it, of sorts. So I just do kind of wonder, like, what their thought process is going in with Maureen. What is it? But I mean, either way, I mean, Wuwa always cooks. Their animations are always goated. And, you know, their kits can be something interesting, especially because they recently buffed, you know, all this stuff. Oh wait, no, it's Fusion Flare, my bad. I remember now. Yeah, Fusion Flare is interesting because it's very similar to Arrow Erosion, in that it basically just stacks up and does more damage. I gotta check again what the effects are changed. What is it, because they did change stuff, but the ones that really mattered were Glacio and Havoc, because Havoc became the defense reducer. What is it, thing, and then Electro, oh no wait, no, Electro Flare is the one. What is it? Electro Flare. So Fusion still might be Fusion Burst, but anyway, what is it? Electro Flare had some changes too, but they also took away the magnetism effect, which I don't like. What is it? I thought that made what is it? Electro being like, you know, a low key crowd control thing was really unique. And then, you know, now that Fusion and Electro seem to just be doing a damage centric thing, it's kind of boring. I don't like how it's all just like being pushed to damage. What is it? And Havoc being the only one that like actually reduces defense of the enemies, which is what makes Chisa, you know, a potentially interesting character. But regardless, I really hope Maureen isn't a fusion dot support, or what is it, or DOT support, because it's kind of eh. And then, I mean, LYNAE is fine. LYNAE is perfectly fine where she's at. Spectro Pistols being our first one is super awesome. What is it? Because that's another one off the bingo chart that we haven't cleared in terms of character class types. So that's really cool. And I mean, hopefully she gets to ride her bike, or maybe it's just something that gets into cutscenes. I suspect Wuwa is going to let you ride the bike. What is it? You know, considering that they're making it such a big deal in her splash art, she'll probably be there. And hey, man, if she gets to do that drive-by, like John Kinson said, shit, man, why not? But anyway, that's gonna be it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. What is it? Today's drip marketing. We're really excited for the new update. You know, I hope you're all enjoying, you know, your holidays. Thanksgiving just happened in America. What is it? So, you know, a lot of people are on vacation and stuff. You know, I had to do a lot of stuff over the break because since it's free time, what is it? Spend a little bit of time with family, etc. But of course, we have all the stuff going on over here. Chernova's first anniversary is out. Be sure to check Twitter if you want to see how to get all the free stuff. And of course, we'll be streaming Wuthering Waves, you know, on the lead up all the way to the Game Awards and the many more things that will be happening, you know, from there on. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.